Welcome back to Henry's Garage, or welcome if you're new. In this episode we're working on this car and we're doing this bit of window frame. It's quite a lot of time lapse. There's also quite a lot at the beginning of me going, oh god, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how to do this, maybe I should get professional, maybe I should just use fiberglass, and then I eventually pull my finger out and try to do something. This is the result. This is the next bit I want to work on, and we've got rotten metal along here, and you can see here we've got the lip, so we've got one piece that comes over the top of another piece, both of which are rotten. So what we're going to do, we'll start by taking this stuff out the top and trying to get the vinyl off nicely, and then we'll go from there. I really don't know how I'm going to do this. So we got this bit here, clearly, which comes across, down and across. And that comes all the way down to, I mean this bit along here seems to come down and underneath this bit here. Can't see that they're joined in any other way, so this is connected to this. Okay, so I need a piece that comes along, down and across, but this down isn't quite as straightforward as that. It's got two planes to it, one here and one here, so it's duh, which, I mean, it's going to be bad enough. You know, I could almost, if it was just a curve, I guess that wouldn't be quite so bad, but you know, this needs to be, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I've got that, and then, but let's just say, for the sake of argument, that I can make a piece to cover this top skin. Okay, I would then have to cut it off and fix what's underneath here, which looks like, again, what I don't know is if you get two levels there, although to be honest it looks like you do. You've got one coming along. And then, oh sugar. Oh. Someone send me an idea about how to deal with this and do it before I put out the video. I still haven't made any progress here, and part of me is thinking maybe I'll just use fiberglass filler and not even try this, because I just think this is so far beyond me. But another part of me says, well, I wonder if I could fill this in with weld here and fill this in with weld. Then I'd only need to replace this little bit, which is more doable, and in fact a strip along here, and that would fix this top bit. And if I could then take that out, I might have more of a chance behind. So I'm actually going to have a look at just putting some little welds in here to fill this up and then grind it back down, just to see if I can do these few holes here first. Well, I guess I have my answer to that. So I really need to get new metal in all along there. I didn't film making this, but it's just a bit of scrap metal I had. I put this flange in first, folded it up. I then folded it this way. I then fixed it on here, and I've used a hammer just to try to get that kind of corner. Now I haven't got the double edge that's there, or anywhere near it, but I was just doing it like this. So that was how I was going about it, to try to get at least a tight fit. And that's not a bad fit. So in theory now, it still needs squeezing down a bit on this side, but I could almost do that when I weld it in place. So in theory now I could take this off. Oh, how does this one work? Oh, yeah. So I can take that off, and the corner starts around here, so I could get it about there. Okay, so I'd still have a little bit at the top, but I could need a bit more bend in it, but that could go there, so it would be trimmed off around here, trimmed down and across, and I have that little hole there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this as a better fit, trim it off, and then take another look at it. Okay, I have this piece that's going in here. That looks okay, so we're going to trim out inside this line and down off this and take this piece off and have a better look at it. Right, so I've got this piece in theory to go underneath there. Alright, so that's, you know, I'm not too worried about what it looks like in there as long as I can fix the holes and make it strong, so that's kind of okay. I can't believe I did that with my grinder, stupid. Anyway, so that goes like that, that's the idea. And then, if I can do this one-handed, this goes over the top in there. Okay, the problem I've got is I can't see, have we got it there? See, I don't think I can get that down to, it looks to me like there's 3 pieces of metal there, but I can only see space for 2. But I can see very clearly this piece is going along, okay, and then I can see this piece across the top. It's just that they're so thin. And I mean, it doesn't feel that much thinner than, well, I suppose it doesn't need to be much thinner. So I've got 20 gauge, I think, there. That must mean this is 22 or something. It's just so thin. Bugger, can't believe I did that. Oh well. So I think I'm going to have a little stop and a think before I go any further. So the next day, I've been thinking about this, and I don't want to have too thick a piece here along there because it will just be, you know, bigger than everything else, the rest of the way around, and I can't work out. I mean, I've got it down to just the one piece as far as I can tell, and so these pieces have all been painted on the back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to weld this one in along here. I'm going to cut it and weld it in there. And then once it's welded in there, I'm going to cut down here and then weld from this just to the edge there and grind that down. And so it will be, in effect, level with this bit and welded onto it. That would then allow me to have it flat so that when this bit comes on, it should come out level. So that's how we're going to try to do it. Okay, that was one very long time lapse. So that's in and is solid. So what I did here is I overlapped and I just put weld along here. I think I still have a couple of pinholes, but I'm going to use fiberglass filler for that. And the other thing is, it's still quite hot. So the other thing is the metal I've put in, like here, is slightly lower than the skin that was there before. Just there you can see it's slightly lower. It's slightly lower in here. And that means that I can get the shape with a bit of filler rather than trying to do it with the metal. And so, you know, because in other places my weld is sitting up. Here at least it's not sitting up, it's down, it's in there, it's solid. So I hope that is okay. Given how worried I was about this, and I mean at the beginning of this I was thinking I'll just I might go and find someone to come and do it for me. I'm actually relatively pleased with that. I think that will come out okay with some filler on it. So we're going to stop this episode here, and that is the majority. It's all the big bits of welding done now, I think. Now I've got pinholes around, which I need to go around. So I'm going to spend some time going around, grinding down and putting in pinholes. I don't know if I will show any of that, and if I don't, then it's going to be a few weeks before the next episode. At least with me doing anything. The next actual thing other than that I want to do is I want to get the rear axle, suspension and petrol tank out, and that way I can then be working on prepping the underneath for paint. And so in a couple of days I'm going to do an episode just talking about my plans for paint. Be a quick, just a short one. But I'll go through what I'm thinking before I take this off, so that I've got a bit of time to hear comments and views about it, and whether or not it's just a mistake. Anyway, with that in mind, we'll call this episode done. Next episode is probably taking that stuff off. It might be me talking about paint. It might be me going around doing pinholes and grinding down.